Hi, Simon Sherratt here from the Consumer Electronics Society, and we're here with Reinhard Moeller, who's been chair of the International Conference on Consumer Electronics 2013. So, Reinhard, thank you for coming, and also, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. Thank you very much, Simon. Yes, I'm Reinhard Moeller. I'm from the University of Wuppertal, and I met the Consumer Electronics Society several years ago, sometimes volunteering in different roles for this conference, and I enjoyed it very much, and so I took the chance to do the program last year, and so this year, naturally, I came to be the program chair.
Thank you. So conferences, they don't organise themselves. They don't just happen by osmosis. You have to actually manage it. This conference, 300 attendees, over 600 papers submitted, 300 papers accepted. How did you manage that?
Well, yes, this is a good question. I mean, of course, you have kind of a deadline for some time, and you say people should submit the papers until this point of day. And normally, what I experience is you come to this day, and not many of the papers have been come in so far. So you get a little bit in a feeling. Is it okay? Will it work? Will the conference come to life, or will you have a problem? But I can say, when the finished deadline has passed, say a few days after, you have got a conference. It has been so, and it will be ever. I think it's kind of a procedure you have to follow. You just produce some deadlines. Of course, advertise, promote the conference very much. You have to have a good team of people who will promote your conference regionally, locally, but also globally, and that will work. It just takes time, and you have to be patient in some way. And as the times come, it will work.
Reinhard, you can tell you must have really strong shoulders to hold up all that responsibility. What skills do you think you have personally learned in doing this management? And also maybe what skills do you think young engineers could also gain if they were to help out in organising the conference?
Yes, Simon. I think the first thing is that you should be not shy. You just look into the challenge that you can be focused with, and take the chance and do what you can do. That means, first of all, you produce some papers. Maybe you submit papers. Maybe you have a good advisor who can teach you how you can propose papers. I suppose if you are in your studies, you will learn how to present yourself. This is, of course, necessary. But when you are finished with that, don't be shy. Go and submit papers to international conferences. And then get connected with people that are in charge for the conferences. And if you are close to them, they will offer you a chance. They will notice you, they will find out, okay, this is a person I can give a kind of a task, and then take the chance and do it. That's the first thing I would say.
Thank you. So, Reinhard, you're actually a very, very busy man, because you're also involved in haptics. Can you tell us a little bit about haptics?
Oh yeah, thank you, Simon. Haptics, I think, is a very well thing, very closely related to consumer electronics. Problem is, most of the, if you have kind of sciences that are related to consumer electronics, they are not really seen in the consumer electronics or in the opposite or the other society as well. So you need some kind of a force that brings them together. And this is something I took the chance also a few years ago to invite the editor-in-chief of the Transactional Haptics, a very famous IEEE journal, as you know, to ask colleagues of him to contribute to its conference. And I persuaded them to just see what consumer electronics can benefit from transactions, from haptics, and as well what haptics can benefit from consumer electronics. I'm sorry. What consumer electronics colleagues can benefit from haptics. So yes, we took the chance and made kind of special sessions, invited sessions, and it worked. The colleagues came together, and now we have a network.
So take the case whereby you're a young graduate, just leaving university. What kind of skills do you think maybe would be useful if they'd like to work in the haptics field?
first of all, they should have open eyes to see what the challenges are in consumer electronics. If you take a device into your hands and feel and see what is offered to you, you find out you have not only the visual, but also the audio, but also the haptics feelings in these systems. And simply it is the buzzing of a device, but you can do much more. For example, visual impaired people that can use the buzzer or kind of a piezo system in order to communicate with the system, just make it use. And so if people are interested in this field, they just go and look into these devices and of course take courses at the university to get used to this technology. And it's a technology that is rising, so that means there's a lot to learn and also a lot to imagine what can be done in the future. So a good chance for young engineers to come into this field.
Thank you. So there's lots of opportunities in haptics, but also you mentioned something there about opportunities. That's another similar theme that we've had from all our interviews. Yeah, opportunities, innovation, and being able to think out of the box, as we say. Thank you very much, Reinhard.